Hello. Hello. Hello, dear student. My voice is audible. Please confirm me once. Dear student, my voice is audible. Please confirm me once. Hello, dear student. So, very good morning to all of you. Dear student, today we are going to see about 12th July, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So, first thing is where you will get this PDF. You simply scan this QR code to download our application. There will be a folder named Infographics Edition and Current Affair. Within that, you'll get not the today PDF, all the past PDF available there. And big question is those who are using iOS or iPad, you can simply download the Class Plus application, and that you can use the org code PKRMEJ to get this PDF also. So first important news of the day, simultaneous election bill gives election commission unbridled power, loophole remains. So, recently central government want to introduce simultaneous election in our, both parliament as well as state legislative assembly. But both these Chief Justice of India, that is the DY Chandrachud and JS Kher, they told the parliamentary joint committee review on this bill that, it is going to give uncontrolled power to the election commission of India. They will decide whether, let's say, during simultaneous election, if there is not possible to have elections to a particular state, then what will happen? Just like the disturbances currently Manipur is going on, in this case it is not possible to conduct the election, then what will happen? So if election commission is of opinion that the election to any state legislative assembly cannot be conducted along with the general elections to the House of People, it may make recommendations to the president to declare by an order that elections to that legislative assembly may be conducted at the later date. The word later date may be misuse, prone to misuse. So that is what they are saying. And should not give too much of power to the election commission. No doubt, election commission has been performing very well from last 7 decades. But still, we need to have check and balances. Okay? The next is 9 Pakistan sites hit during the Operation Sindhu. So this is what said by our NSA, National Security Advisor Ajit Dubal. So NSA says that entire operation was 23 minutes and only terrorist bases were targeted. Also highlighted critical role play by indigenous systems such as BrahMos. Okay, so here the Operation Sindoor is an eye-opening for India that to be a you can say the defense superpower or military superpower, we need to rely more on the indigenous military equipment. Why indigenous military equipment? Because they are very low cost and they'll provide us the necessary modification that we can then carry out whatever way we change. And the foreign equipment, they are designed for their own environmental condition. If we replicate in India, so we have to have modification, otherwise its performance will be declined. So that is the reason we need to emphasize more on the indigenous system. Okay. So next is after protest call, Maharashtra government halt the move allowing homeopathic to prescribe allopathic medicine. So recently, what happened? The Maharashtra cabinet recently approved a policy that those who are from the homeopathy, they can have a bridge course, like let's say 2 year, 3 year bridge course. After that, they'll provide allopathic medicines to the patient. So after that, Indian Council of Medical Research, they have protested very seriously, and demanded that this move should be removed. And after that, Maharashtra government uh, uh, halt this move so that the quality of medicine can be, quality of the treatment can be protected. So over 74% of the Bihar electorate submitted enumeration form in revision drive. So you can say about 75% of the people have already submitted. So election commission on Friday said that 74 people have been submitted. Okay, so special intensive revision drive that is being going on in the Bihar. So last date for collection of enumeration form is 25. Okay, so currently the electoral register officer, they are visiting village by village and collecting. So recently we have seen yesterday only. So there is a verdict by the Supreme Court that election commission should allow more document, like it should allow the Aadhaar, it should allow the electoral photo identity card, that is called EPIC, and then ration card for verification of identity of a person. Okay. So Yamuna Rejuvenation Saha asked the Delhi government to double its sewage treatment capability in 2028. It is not only about the Yamuna; it is about the critical pollution that all our river is facing. So we need to take step to protect and preserve our pristine rivers ecosystem. So that for that we need to have proper sewage treatment. That means let's say these are pollution from the pollution industry. So we have to establish a sewage treatment. So here we have to treat all the pollution water and then fresh water we have to discharge to the river. So that is what the role of the sewage treatment plant. Okay. So next is the West Bengal resident who got notice over citizenship in Assam, say Himanta Sharma. So here the political news is not important for us. What is important for us? You have to study about there is a tribunal name foreign tribunal. So this foreign tribunal, if any government agency they doubt the citizenship of any person, they can refer to that person to the foreigner tribunal, and foreigner tribunal examine everything. If they found that this person is staying in India illegally, so they can order that deportation of that person. Okay? So political controversy should not fall into that. Okay. Our concern is we should learn about all these things. Na? So next is recently Donald Trump given an executive order. So that is recognizing they will impose higher tariff on the Myanmar. But one blunder they have committed, the Myanmar Janta thanks Trump after recognizing of its rule in the tariff letter. So indirectly by sending tariff letter to the Myanmar, so recognize the Janta government. Okay. So Trump I 15 to 20% blanket tariff on trading partners. So you know that after Donald Trump coming into power, so there is increasing transactionalism in USA trade deal. So Donald Trump forcing everyone to sign a fair trade deal with USA, otherwise threaten to impose this sanction. That is what going on. So Donald Trump said that it's considering imposing 15 to 20% blanket tariff on the country that had not yet received specific notification effective from 1st of August. This week began issuing letter to many US trading partners as ramp up pressure for more favorable trade deal. So duty ranging from 20 to 50% in case of Brazil, it would be taken effect from 1st of August. So you can see here. So Donald Trump is how he's bullying all these countries. So dear student, if you want to get daily current affair, not only about the Hindu, but also about the Indian Express, all the PIB. So you can simply scan this QR code, join our daily current affair in 4th page. So you'll get everything in a limited of words. Okay. And you can join our application to get prelims test series and a lot of free test series available there. So next is smarter, faster, stronger, how artificial intelligence is transforming manufacturing landscape. So dear student, the AI is reality now. We can use AI to make our manufacturing sector more smarter, more energy efficient, and that is very low cost also. So how we are going to do that? We have missed the first industrial revolution, we have missed the second industrial revolution, we have missed the third industrial revolution. But if India want to be a manufacturing hub of globe, so we have to utilize this fourth industrial revolution. And fourth industrial revolution is driven by AI, ML, machine learning, robotics. So we have to capture that. So how the artificial intelligence is helping in optimization. You can see here, this is an automated machine. Every robot they are designed to fit machine. So if manually we are producing, let's say 5 car for a day, okay, for a day, but artificial intelligence based machine they can produce 50 car in a day. So that is going to reduce our cost of production. Na? So that is the reason India needs to be promote that. Na? So by 2040, 44% of manufacturing leader remain cautious about this generative AI. So AI will be India's ambitions to become 5 trillion economy with the right mix of strategy. Still, an Indian manufacturer will well poised to lead the global industrial transformation if we tap it properly, and to ensure that Government of India launch AI mission. So recently, Government of India launched AI mission with 10,000 crore rupees. So to make India a leader in the artificial intelligence. So next is West Bengal gear off for rare earth mining in Purulia district. So this is very important because recently we are seeing that China is blocking the supply of rare earth minerals to all over the world. So that is the reason it is creating a supply chokes. So West Bengal is set to join India rare earth mining map in Geological Survey of India, conducting advanced exploration in Purulia district, official said. So although the rare earth deposit in Purulia is relatively small, development is significant as India look to reduce dependency on import of critical minerals for EV. Okay. So the Purulia along with the Karbi Anglong district of Assam, so which is very rich, very beautiful place also. So if you ever visit this Karbi Anglong, it's a very beautiful place. So I'll suggest you please visit here. There are a lot of waterfall. People are very good. So particularly this Karbi Anglong. So next, dear student, those who want to join our free mentorship program, you can join our Telegram. So here you will get a lot of guidance, and you can join our Telegram to interact with me in Sunday. So the center earmark 500 crore for electric truck purchases. So incentive order PM E-Drive. So scheme offer buyer 9.6 lakhs per vehicle as upfront reduction in purchase price. Scheme to cover 5,600 trucks and of a vehicle registration in Delhi. That means 20% of Delhi truck fleet. So center on Friday unveil a scheme to provide financial incentive purchase of the truck under PME drive. So if they ask about what kind of step government is taking to promote EV, one such is PME drive to provide subsidy so that upfront cut, like if you are buying an EV, cost is very high. So that is what deterring people from buying the EV. If government is reducing the price by providing subsidy, so that is became economical to buy na. So we can simply shift from the diesel to electric. So scheme for electric offer a maximum incentive of 9.6 lakhs. Okay, so just read them. Then next is government is also launched a scheme named FAME scheme, faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles. So this is called FAME. So dear student, tell me that this PME drive and FAME is under which ministry? So always remember anything related to heavy, this car, FAME, EV, they are under the Ministry of Heavy Industry, Ministry of Heavy Industry. So here it is given the PME drive scheme approved by the cabinet in September last year. The scheme for promotion of electric mobility in country outlay of 10,900 crore over 2 years. It laid down the subsidy for a demand incentive worth 3,679 wheeler. So it is given for development of this things. Okay, just remember this scheme. So if you read the newspaper daily, 1 or 2 information you will get. And by reading over the throughout the year, you get a lot of information that is going to help you a lot in both prelims as well as mains. Dear student, we have started a new initiative for Odisha. We are providing daily infographics, that is newspaper analysis of Odisha. Also we are providing weekly summary, so that no need to go for any note making. Everything is available here. So simply scan this QR code, you will get it. So India to host manuscript heritage conference. So India will host the first international manuscript heritage conference September, which will be attended by the global scholar, thought leader, and cultural custodian. So 3-day conference titled Reclaiming Indian Legacy Through Manuscript. So manuscript means ancient literature that is being written by our historical period. For example, so many you can say dynasty and scholar, they have written so many things during the past. So if you read them, we'll have a lot of idea about our history. By learning history, we can avoid the mistake they have committed, and we can learn a lot of things about our history, our culture. We can preserve that, we can promote that as a tourism. Okay? The conference will be commemorate the Swami Vivekanand Chicago address in 1893, symbolizing India's intellectual and spiritual global version. So there is a world conference on religious happen in the Chicago. In that conference, Swami Vivekanand opening speech talk about my idea of brother and sister of America. So here it is like this audience hall is full with laugh because of this my dear brother. So that is what clearly stating that universal brotherhood. And second, the way he spoken about the Hinduism, for real happiness, we need the materialism of the West and spiritualism of the East. By combining, we'll get a real happiness. So that is what the proposition given by the Swami Vivekananda. So after that, it is quite famous all over the world. So manuscript is aimed to preserve, promote that culture. Okay? So Shukla makes most of the final day of orbit ahead of the Axiom 4 mission undocking. So the Axiom 4 mission that is going to be undocked from the International Space Station and travel back towards our Earth. So the group captain Shukla work on microalgae. So why we have to work on the microalgae? Because microalgae deployment and towing sample could one day provide food. It can be provide food, oxygen, and biofuel for deep space mission. Let's say we are conducting deep space mission. So deep space mission, one problem is lack of oxygen. If we can grow microalgae, so that can provide fast oxygen, and after its death, we can use as a consumption as a food, or we can use as a biofuel to fuel our rocket also. Na? This resilience make promising assets for sustaining life beyond the Earth. Na? So another study focused on the cerebral blood flow, investigating how microgravity and elevated carbon dioxide level affect cardiovascular functions, which would later be benefit both astronauts and patients on the Earth. Okay? So recent study will definitely help a lot. So one important news is Maharashtra food system get UNESCO heritage start. So recently Maharashtra food system get heritage start. So Maharashtra military landscape representing extraordinary fortification and military system envisioned by Maratha ruler on Friday inscribed on the coveted UNESCO World Heritage List. So its 12 component are the Salhar Fort, Sibneri Fort, and Lahegad Fort, Khanderi Fort, Raigad Fort, Pratapgarh Fort. Okay? So these forts are part of the UNESCO World Heritage tags. Okay? So you have to remember. So UPSC time and again ask about which UNESCO site recently added. You can say about added in 2025. So they are asking, and they may ask this year. Okay. So you have to remember this is important for your prelims. So next is Odisha tribal couple yoked to law and forced to till the field as a punishment. So recently, one person in a tribal area of Odisha, so they have illicit relationship between the male and their auntie. So because of that, the tribal are quite angry and they force that person to plow the field by pulling both the couple the yoke of this plow. So this is very disturbing thing, but we need to create awareness because it's a violation of human right also, na? So you can use this as a case study. You can use this as an examples in a society talking about how society is not on the one hand we are moving far rapidly because of globalization, media, everything. But on the other hand, society is quite rigid. Okay, so you can talk of that. So next, DRDO, Indian Air Force tested indigenous Astra missile. So what do you mean by Astra? Astra is a air to air. That means if there is a aircraft, it can fire over another aircraft. So this is called Astra missile. So we have tested. So next, genetic analysis of Assam rhino horn sample initiated. So Assam government they have already having huge amount of horn, and that horn of the rhinoceros can be collected small amount for DNA analysis for understanding how species has evolved, what are the threat species is facing, so that it can help in better conservation. So structural failure blame for Vadodara bridge collapse. So initial flow point to the pedestal and articulation cautions. Toll rise to 20. SARS continue to locate one missing person. Official take step to prevent leakage from the sunken chemical tanker. So death happened in the Mahisagar River bridge collapse. So it is happened because there is a structural fault because the pedestal. So it is given here the finding that collapse occurred due to pedestal and articulation caution. So you know that in bridge there are gaps exist, so that gaps are actually for cushioning. Let's say there is a change in temperature, there might be expansion of this concretes, and there might sink. So to ensure that there should be a proper adjustment, we have given this question, but that failure led to the all these things now. So here it is talking about this sunken the vehicle also contains some of the ships with some of the vehicle that is carrying hazardous chemicals. I think here it is given sulfuric acids and one of yes, here it is given. So the presence of soda ash leaking from the tanker fall into river. Another tanker transporting sulfuric acids flown into the river. So they are very dangerous. So those who are because of that, it's very difficult to even retrieve the body of those who have sunken in this water also. Because these two chemicals, like the soda ash leaking from the tanker, so they are very irritating to the skin. If anyone suffering, so it is causing severe irritation. Okay. Another is the sulfuric acid. You know that how dangerous is sulfuric acid is. So next is dear student, those who are preparing for OPSC, you can get our prelims test series, very nominal fees, and 5 tests of this OPSC are free of cost. You can simply scan this QR code and practice. Okay. So next, Coast Guard rescued 2 foreign nationals stranded at sea near the Great Nicobar. So this is what you can say, rising our footprint of our Coast Guard. So Indian Coast Guard rescued 2 foreign nationals from the USA registered sailing vessels, which tripped extremely rough conditions. So you know how Indian Coast Guard, Indian Navy is acting as a net security provider in the Indian Ocean region. So this is what important. Nothing more is important. No need to go in detail. Just heading is more than enough. So next is the Palestinian joining the Palestinian facing joint attack by the Israel and USA, say envoy. So recently we have seen that after the hostage crisis, after the Hamas, they have took some of the Israel hostage. So Israel started bombing against these Hamas. So now after US is also joining. So because of this conflict, so many people are in a catastrophe, and entire Gaza is in a ruin. So it will take around, you can say, decades to rebuild the Gaza. And okay, so that is what we're talking. And Indian policy is always, we are in favor of two-state solution. That means both Israel and Palestine should be coexist parallel to each other, and it should be on a international and finding solutions to all their dispute in a peaceful, negotiated way. But recently we have seen that India position has been shifted. India has been quite, you can say, about neutral or maintain silence about the action against the Israel, rising because of rising our relationship with the Israel. Okay. So ED, that is Enforcement Directorate, conduct fresh search in USA donkey route. So what is donkey route? Donkey routes are a route that is being used by the some of the migrant to enter into the USA. So donkey route actually traveling from India to, let's say, the South American country or Latin American country. From there you have to walk by you can say the road, or by crossing the river, then entering into the USA. So this rocky route is quite often dangerous because it is prone to the animal attack, snake attack. It is prone to the trafficking of human being also. And recently, after the USA crackdowns on all these migrant workers from the India, so government is also searching people, those who have taking a huge amount of money, and duping or cheating the common mans to send them in the donkey route, dangerous route, which is very dangerous for their life also. So MP6 Bharat Ratna for Dalai Lama, say BJP RSS Rajya Sabha member. So while Kiran Rijiju has said that it is the Dalai Lama right to appoint successor, in Indian government statement that it does not interfere in the same matter. So our Ministry of Minority Affairs recently made a statement that Dalai Lama has the right to decide who is going to be successor of the Buddhism. So but Chinese government, what they want, Chinese government said that it is the government remit to regulate the choice of successor by the Dalai Lama. So it is highly ironical that the atheist nationals should express such strong opinion on purely religious issue. Chinese government, they are saying that they don't have any religious policy. Then what is the point of interfering in the religious affair? That is what this is. So in Studlore, so tragedy in track. So recently we know that there is a accident happened. So here it is railway crossing, but in railway crossing, that there is a gate, it should be closed when there is a train. But what happened, according to local office, local person, those who are eyewitness to this issue, they are saying that while train is coming, gate is not closed. While the railway officials, they blame that it is the fault of the bus driver. But whosoever may be the fault, but problem is that it is the loss of the life. So what we can do? So railway should expedite the interlocking gates on a priority basis, so that whenever there is any train, it should be locked automatically, so it should not be opened. So we need to prevent preventable accident in railway. So next is English Dream. So imposing any language as a medium of instruction is unacceptable. Recently, we have seen language row. So different states, they try to impose Hindi language, or you can say from primary schooling. But we have to remember that children can able to understand very rapidly if education at the primary level should be given in their mother tongue. Okay. But and second thing is that English is a gateway for getting job, is a gateway for getting respect and social mobilization by imposing local language. So those who are studying in government school, they will not have at par with those who are in the private school. Ultimately, they might suffer in their career. So instead of that, you should use language as a promotional tool. You should use language as a, you can say, it's a, like, we should give freedom to the student and school to choose their language rather than imposing them. By imposing that them this language, it is going to create negativity, na? So India's new gender gap ranking as a warning. So India now global economic power and digital innovator, home to the world largest youth population. So, but recently report published by World Economic Forum gender gap report. So it's reminder that India is performing very poor because our rank is 131 out of 148. So we have scored very low on economic participation and health and survival. So we have to analyze that. So the pillar essential for meaningful gender parity, not just about the social indicator. So despite the educational attainment, India continues to struggle in ensuring women health and autonomy. Okay? So because still there are so huge amount of, you can say, about the maternal mortality exist. So life expectancy for women is lower than that of the men. So nearly 57% of Indian women 50 to 59 years are anemic. So they are suffering from the malnutrition, iron deficient. That's the leading cause of maternal mortality, which reduce their ability to learn, work, or carry pregnancy safely. Such a widespread and correctable issue is emblematic the broader failure of the treat women health as a national health priority. India ranked 143 in economic participation and opportunity sub-index. Women continue to learn less, one third what men do. Female labor force participation remain low. Okay, so a report published by McKinsey Global Institute so projected that gender gap, if India can close this gender gap, that will going to add 770 billions to our GDP. Just imagine how much it is. So India appear to be lost out on the opportunity at current pace of progress. You can imagine if we have 50% of our population not working, so it is lost for us, na? So women remain busy in informal and subsistence works and grossly underrepresented in the decision-making space, from broad, boardroom to budget committee. The result in a policy ecosystem that repeatedly sideline women live reality. So the next step is there is a burden of unpaid work, care work, like taking care of the elder, taking care of the kids, but we are not serving them, we are not accommodating them. So that is the reason women work are not being accepted that they are doing. So investing in care infrastructure such as child care, elderly care service, maternity benefit not only is the burden, but also they will ensure in the participation in economical activity. Okay. So central and state government must begin to account for unpaid work of their economy so that we have to recognize their contribution. Then next is supporting senior citizens. So recently we are seeing that our population is aging, and by 2050 we are going to see about 20% of our population are in the elderly phase. So we are going to face the shortage of manpower. So in that case, if we are not able to tap 50% of our population, then further we are going to threat. So to ensure proper demographic dividend, we need to promote good quality of education, skill, and economic empowerment and participation of women in our economical activity. So global gender gap report is not just a ranking; it is a warning. Unless India treat gender equality as a central to the economy and demographic future, it a risk of squandering gain in work so hard to achieve. So if we are not going to do that, so otherwise we are going to face a lot of challenges. So this is what this article is talking about. So, stifle as a sign of voice. So, USA sanction against UN officials are dangerous and absurd. So, recently Donald Trump, after coming into power, so imposed sanction against so many officials of even the UNA. So, because he has imposed sanction against United Nations Special Rapporteur for criticism of Israel war, and if anyone criticize any action of either the USA or their ally, they simply impose sanctions. So ICC already made sanction by USA Donald President executive after took office. While scope of sanction are unclear, they are understood travel ban, so freezing their assets. So these kind of sanctions. So just imagine what kind of problem we are facing if USA is going to impose sanction on all kind of international organizations. So that means those who are the leader or a powerful country, we are living in a global village. We are living in a global village. If there is a powerful neighbor, chief is not going to listen any rule, not going to listen anyone, and anyone they are simply threatened with sanctions. So what is going to happen to the international rule? So that is the reason all over the world people are not trusting USA. Rather, they are finding alternatives. So as a global outrage over the Israel killing the Palestinians, so USA support for those actions grow louder, as well as BRICS summit condemnation this week that India to join a time USA to look into the mirror. So need to effect an immediate ceasefire and bringing considerable might of the powerful country to bear over individual over the silence in the voice. That means USA should have to stand for the human right. It is talking about say vibrant democracy. It's talking about human right, but you have to stand with that only, na? So it is not about only talking. We have to stand with that. Dear student, those who want to give UPSC 2026, you know that after prelims and mains, there is very less time available, hardly 75 days. So if you want to really make good score in mains. So you have to start writing this answer now onward. So you can join our mains answer writing by scanning this QR code. Okay. And those who want to have mentorship, so you can simply scan this QR code to join our Naturally Year-long mentorship program, or you can reach out to us for a detail. So dear student, this is all about the news of 12th July. So dear student, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel, and comment in the comment box if you have any suggestion, and please share this video with your friends so that maximum number of students can be benefit. Okay dear students, so I'll have to end our class here. So